Hello, my darlings. This is Dr. V. Welcome back to a new Pick a Card reading. Today, we're going to get you clarity, especially if you've been in some form of struggle or separation with that special person. It could be your twin flame, your soulmate, your beloved. We want to know what is really going on between you and them, especially if you've had minimal to no contact and you want some answers. And that's what we're getting you today. So we're going to take a look at what's really going on between you and them. What are they thinking and feeling about you? What's going on in the energy of this connection? So if you're new to this channel, welcome. And before we dive into your card choices, I wanted to make the announcement in case you haven't heard. The Blessed Twin Flame necklace is finally back. So for everybody who was on the wait list, you already got an email, and it is available again in my Etsy shop. This is what it looks like. I'm also going to go ahead right now and put up a photo of it on the screen that you can see a little bit more close up and clearly. And what this necklace is, it is not just any necklace. It is a twin flame manifestation necklace. And so when you order it, what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose the necklace for you. I am going to put it in my sacred altar, the one that I have been meditating and praying at for over 15 years. I'm going to infuse it with blessings, prayers to spirit to bring you into union with your twin flame, your soulmate, whether you know them already or you would like to call or attract them into your life. So when you do order it, you will be asked to personalize it. You can use your name, or you can use your name and your person's name. And then what I do is I write down that blessing into a card for you along with the necklace. And then what I also do is I pick a specific affirmation from the Twin Flame Union activation deck that is specifically for you and your person, or currently, or for you and your future person. And this will be something that will be unique to you, so that you can also put that in your vibration, use it in your spiritual work to help you manifest this union or reunion that you really want. Okay, so I'm so excited to have this back here for you. The link to that is in my is in the box below, and it is in my Etsy shop, along with all of my other oracle decks. So all the other oracle decks that I have created for you, they're also there. And I'm so excited to announce that we do have international shipping now for everything. All right. And of course, if you'd like to have a personal reading with me, because this is a general reading, not everything may resonate for you. If you'd like to have unique guidance, you can also do that. The link to my personal reading menu and my website is also in the box below. All right, so without further ado, let's get right into your card choices. You can pick pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3, pile number 4, or you can pick them all and take the messages that resonate for your situation and leave the rest. So I also have crystals here that can help you make your choice. So if you'd like to take a deep breath, meditate, focus, see what you feel most intuitively guided to. So this is crystal number 1, crystal number 2, crystal number 3, and crystal number 4. All right, let's go ahead and get started with group number 1. Okay, my beautiful group 1 that chose this crystal, let's take a look at what's really going on between you and them. So we're going to start off here with who is your spirit guide for this reading and what is their message to you. Beautiful. Lord Ganesh, infinite abundance. Obstacles are being removed. Spiritual support and connections are increasing. So I love this. Lord Ganesh is from the Hindu tradition. This is the one that I grew up in. And one of the things I remember being taught from a very early age is that Lord Ganesh is a wonderful, wonderful example of that beautiful energy of obstacles being removed. So like whenever he shows up, his only job in the spiritual world is to help remove your obstacles and to make your path to everything that you want smoother and easier. So I love the fact that you got him right from the beginning, group 1. Beautiful. So let's go deeper. You and them. What's really going on? Spirit, can you please tell us what's really going on here? What do we need to know about our beautiful group 1 and what's going on between them and their person? What's going on between group 1 and their person? 6 of Swords. The Lovers. Wow, beautiful. The Moon. And 10 of Cups. Wow, beautiful. Okay, so I definitely feel that, look at this, we're definitely getting a bit of a mixed energy here, but I feel like the reason for this is that your person has been seeking clarity, and I feel like the two of you have been seeking this clarity together. Okay, there have been things that have been going on that are making certain aspects of this connection, of this relationship, very confusing. Okay, there are certain things that have happened that have cast some sort of a veil on the situation, a veil on even the perspective of you and this person. And so I feel like there's certain kinds of issues that have come up that have almost made you want to leave this person or put them behind you. But I feel like whatever drama, and I don't know why I'm getting the word drama, but what I mean by drama is more like whatever discussions, disagreements, kind of just crappy things that have gone on. I almost feel like you both have come into the sense of like, you make threats, okay? Like you make threats like, okay, well, when things are really, really bad, okay, well, I'm just gonna, I think it's over now. But neither of you actually believe it. I feel like both of you have been almost like threatening each other when things get really, really raw between the two of you, and when the emotions are very high and things are going wrong. I feel like both of you have this kind of knee-jerk response of saying, okay, fine, then I'm just done with you. Okay, this is over. I don't know why we're doing this. It's over. Why don't we just end it now? But I feel like neither of you believe it. It's like all this BS. Okay, it's like BS that you tell each other. It's BS that you tell yourselves. And what's so interesting about this is that there is something that is so deep there between the two of you that no matter what BS is being thrown around, it's almost like neither of you really believe it. It's just kind of acting out. And I feel like both of you mirror each other in the sense that you act out in the same way. But deep down inside, you just have this mad, crazy love for each other. Okay, so, to me, there is a little bit of toxicity alert here, like we have to be careful as, every relationship, again, because we are not robots, we are human beings, we are flawed, we have good aspects to our personality, we have dark sides to our personality. So I feel like we always have to be vigilant as to what kind of triggers are coming up for us. And, our personal relationships, especially the ones with our twin flame, our soulmates, our beloveds, those are the relationships that are going to trigger us the most. And that is why oftentimes those relationships become very toxic if we're not vigilant, right? If we're not very conscious about the ways in which we trigger each other, and then how do we handle those triggers. So I feel like for you, group one, and your person, there are certain triggers here that need to be managed. Okay, there are certain ways in which you guys really trigger each other in a way that has been toxic and that will continue to be toxic if you don't bring clarity to why this is happening. And I feel like this moon's energy is your greatest challenge as a couple. Both of you need to confront this moon's energy, because I feel like on the other side of it, you have it all. 10 of Cups. Look at this. Beautiful. Okay. So I feel like on the other side of this moon's energy, when you clear this energy, you guys have the potential, the possibility to have an incredible life together, an incredible relationship. 10 of Cups. There is so much deep meaning, connection, contentment, beautiful feelings around this connection. And with the Lovers and the 10 of Cups, I mean, what a beautiful combination to get. So I feel like Spirit is saying, look, you guys need to drop the BS. You guys need to drop the empty threats. You guys need to stop being dramatic when you trigger each other's wounds, because I feel like both of you do this. When either of you get triggered, or when both of you get triggered, you literally become very, very dramatic. And I feel that for some of you, there may even be like yelling going on, harsh words spoken, a lot of very deep emotions coming out. And I also feel that for some of you, your person, and probably you as well, because I do feel that there's a very strong mirroring energy here between the two of you. You're not yet quite able to manage those emotions well enough. So I feel like what Spirit is saying here is that you guys both need to start understanding or developing the skills to manage your emotions and triggers better, because otherwise what it's going to do is it's going to erode the relationship. See, with this Lovers and 10 of Cups, there's a lot of love, there's a lot of connection, there's a lot of camaraderie, but I feel like Spirit is warning you that if you don't manage the way in which you deal with the more negative emotions that you trigger in one another, you're going to start really chipping away at this love. You don't want to disintegrate this love over time. You don't want this love to turn into resentment over time, because I feel like that does happen to many couples over long periods of time, right? You get to a place where you started with this Lovers and 10 of Cups. You were so happy, you loved each other so much, but you didn't manage the darker sides of the emotions that you both carry. And therefore you end up in a place you didn't want to be, which is now you are resenting each other. You're carrying the wounds of words that were said. You're carrying the wounds and resentments of bad memories of fights, bad memories of places where you felt like they didn't have your back, places where they feel like you didn't have their back. And then all these constant threats. I do feel that there's a constant kind of like, when tensions get really high between the two of you, each of you decides to bail. You know you're not going to, but you make that threat. And I feel like that's something that just keeps coming up. Like either you say, I'm done with you, it's over, but then you kind of come back, right? So you don't want to do that. You don't want to keep, I always feel like there's a little bit of this boy or girl who cried wolf coming from the 6 of Swords for me. Okay. I feel like you are the person who cries wolf. You know, that old myth about like, if you keep saying the wolf is coming, and he's not really coming, well, nobody's going to believe you. Right. So I feel like this is like Spirit saying, stop saying, I'm leaving you. I don't want you. I don't love you. I don't want to be with you anymore. I'm done with you. Stop saying that unless you really mean it. On both sides. Okay. Very interesting, group one. Let's go deeper. What else is going on here between you and them? Okay, so I feel like for some of you, this is maybe not for everybody, but for some of you, I feel like there is a special message here of some sort of a third party situation that needs to be dealt with, okay? Because this Lovers, this is very unusual. This is one of the few decks I feel that has the third party on the Lovers card, right? Like, look at that person who's watching. So I feel like there is a special message here, not for everybody, but take it as it resonates. Is there a third person who is watching this connection with a very evil eye, or with a very jealous eye. Okay, there's something here, so be careful of that. That's just one thing. And I feel like this person or this energy right here who is maybe looking at you with that jealous or evil eye may appear to be a friend, but is not a friend. Okay, it may be somebody who you feel like you can trust, but maybe you can't. So I feel like there's a special message here. Again, that may not resonate for everybody, but I'm feeling it strongly. Be careful of somebody who is like pretending to be a friend, or is like acting like they really have your best interests at heart, but they really don't, because they are jealous. Okay, they're jealous of what you have with your person. They know that what you have is really, really beautiful. So they may try to give you advice that's not in your best interest. Okay, so don't go to this person if you're when you're having issues with your person. Don't go to that person, because that person is going to try to steer you away from your person. I feel that very strongly. Be suspicious, okay, because not everybody has your best interests here. Not everybody. See the bigger picture. Okay, so what's really going on here? It's like your person is right now very much trying to see the bigger picture, because again, I feel like you guys are having these constant issues where you may be threatening to leave, or you may be saying we're done with one another, even though you don't really mean it. And I feel like your person is getting tired of that cycle as well. It's like they love you, they want to be with you, they don't want to move on from you, but right now they are struggling to see the bigger picture. They're struggling to really put your issues into perspective. They don't want it to get them down, to get you down anymore, right? The only thing that is real is love. Shift your focus from the problem back to love. See, again, look at this. We're getting two cards of your person wanting to see the big picture, wanting to shift the focus away from problems back into love. And I feel like that's going to be really, really important for you guys. Again, to dispel that energy from the moon. And again, it's like, see, navigating by the stars, follow your bliss. So I feel very strongly here that your person wants to get back to this beautiful 10 of Cups energy with you. Okay, they're looking to right now put a pin in it, like, you know, take a break from any of these issues that have been dividing you, and to go back to following the bliss that you felt with that 10 of Cups. Okay, there is a very deep sense of satisfaction, love, excitement, bliss, and passion that you both have. There's a deep sense of love here, but right now you might be too focused on minutia. You might be too focused on little details or things that are small that are getting in your way. And so Spirit is saying, let's step back. Let's step back and look at the bigger picture here. Let's not get caught up in the problem of the details. Okay, let's not get caught up in the problems of the details. Yeah, see? So they're definitely watching you. They're definitely keeping track of you. If there's been a separation, yeah, they feel very stuck without you. Okay, they feel very, very stuck in this, and they don't want to be stuck. They want to come back to this love, this 10 of Cups. See, you bring out the best in me. I'm a better partner because of you. I want to cherish you forever. So see, this is about coming back to that bliss. This is about coming back to that 10 of Cups energy. You know, if you're in separation right now, they are very much watching you. Okay, they feel very, very stuck without you. They feel very alone without you. They don't want to move on without you, no matter what the threats have been. Okay, so there's going to be movement here. Let's take a look at when, just some general timing guidance. Oh my gosh, at dawn. Interesting. You might get some sort of message during this kind of time. Like, I feel like your person stays up at night thinking of you, you know, thinking of you. And you might just get a message like kind of like out of nowhere from them. Wow. All right. Let me know what you thought. This is a very interesting reading. Let me know what you thought in the comment box below. If you'd like to have a personal reading with me, order any of the oracle decks, or order the Blessed Twin Flame necklace if you'd like to know more about it. I talked more about it in the intro, so you can go back there and learn more. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for subscribing, liking, and sharing. It means so much to me, and I'll see you all on the next one. My beautiful group 2 who chose this crystal, let's take a look at you and them, what's really going on. So we're going to start off with finding out who is your spirit guide for this reading and what is their message for you. Isis, magic manifesting. Your dreams, visions, and goals are becoming reality. Stay focused. Beautiful. I love this. So I want you to make sure, group 2, that you really take this to heart. You are in a strong manifestation phase right now. There is an energy of manifestation around you. There's an energy of magic around you. Oftentimes, we just have to become aware of it. We may be, so focused on our person and what's going on with them that we may not notice that we have this beautiful energy of magic and manifestation around us. And that if we step into that, if we get very clear on what it is that we truly want, not just in love, but in life as well, we are in a phase, we are in a space energetically where that manifestation can come to fruition. It can become real very, very quickly. So stay focused. That is Isis's wonderful message to you. Beautiful. I love it. All right, so let's go deeper. What's really going on between you and them for our beautiful group 2 spirit? Spirit, can you please tell us what's really going on? What's really going on between you and them? Group 2. 3 of Cups. What's going on? 9 of Wands. The Chariot. Ten of Swords. Wow. Okay. Very interesting. All right. For some of you, I can tell right off that there is some sort of a third party situation. Again, take it as it resonates. And as I always say, third party does not necessarily mean a romantic third party. It can be any person, situation, block that is really obstructing this connection, that is getting in the way of the two of you being the way you want to be with one another. I feel like there is some sort of a very deep sense of dissatisfaction that your person is feeling right now. I feel like both of you are feeling this together. There's something that there's a way in which the two of you really want to be together, or there's a way in which both of you want to come together that is not going the way you want it to go. So, when you feel like, okay, I have a certain type of vision, I have a certain type of, desire to have a relationship in a certain way with my person, whatever that looks like to you. Like, I want to be able to do this with you. I want to be able to do that with you. I want us to have I want us to be on the same page. I want us to have the same vision for the future. I feel like this is your problem. Both of you feel that you have this deep sense of dissatisfaction, that this relationship is not moving forward towards the destination that you both want to go. And so there is a definite frustration here about, why can't we get this relationship on track? Why is it not going the way that we want it to go? And there's a sense of disempowerment that's coming from that. It's almost like you feel like there's some force outside of yourselves that is making this relationship go off track. I feel like there is something here where it's like Spirit is challenging you to start empowering yourself. I feel like this Nine of Wands and Ten of Swords combination is a very disempowering energy. You know, it's a little bit of a self-pitying energy. Like, oh, it's a little bit of poor me. Why can't things go the way I want them to? Why do I always have to pay the piper? You know, why does everybody else always have everything I don't have? Like, you know, there's a bit of a comparison game. There's a bit of like, why do I always have to deal with bullshit when everybody outside seems to be getting what they want? You know, I look at people around me, I look at people on social media, I look at other couples, and like they're not going through all this bullshit. They all look like they're having a grand old time, right? So I feel like there's something within the two of you that is right now a little bit on the poor me side, and again, very, very natural. You know, we all do this, but I think Spirit is saying don't stay in this place for too long. It's okay to feel like you're getting the shitty end of the deal. Okay, that's totally okay. We all get the shitty end of the deal in life, right? It definitely is a series of ups and downs, right? Sometimes we feel like we're getting better than everybody else and we're so appreciative, you know. Sometimes we feel like we're getting the shit and everybody else is getting the good stuff. So that is okay. That is natural. If you feel that you are reaching the bottom, Ten of Swords, you feel like you're hitting rock bottom. I feel like what's really going on between the two of you, your person is feeling that. They are feeling like they're reaching the end, not the end of the relationship, but rock bottom in terms of their emotional energy, their mental energy. They're feeling very spent. They're feeling very exhausted. There's a bit of not wanting to take ownership. Okay, there's a sense of there's certain things that have happened here that neither of you are wanting to take ownership of, and your person especially, even more so. So I feel like, again, Spirit is saying that it's time to stop the complaining, because I definitely feel that there's complaining going on here. It's time to stop complaining, and it's time to move forward with this Chariot's energy. So there's a stuck energy, right? And I feel like sometimes we don't move forward because we have, you know, a repetition of complaints in our mind about why things are not going right, why things are going wrong, why your person is not acting the way you want them to, why they feel that you're not acting the way they want you to, right? Sometimes there's just an energy of disconnect that is keeping this Chariot from moving forward. And I feel like that's what's going on here. But what Spirit wants to remind both of you that it is a choice. You can make the choice to drop that defensive posture. Nine of Wands, somebody is being defensive here. There's a defensive posture that both of you, or one of you or both of you, are taking here against the other. So what I'm seeing here is also a lack of teamwork. Okay, there's a lack of teamwork here. See, with this, again, with this Three of Cups, like, I just feel like there's a bit of this, like, okay, let's not let other people's opinions, you know, let's not let other people's like other people's opinions or other people's thoughts get in the way of what we truly want, you know. But I'm not sensing that, like in group one, I felt like there was specifically another person that was kind of casting that evil eye, that jealous eye. There was somebody who couldn't be trusted. I'm not getting that feeling here. What I'm feeling is that you just want to be careful, and your person also wants to be careful not to like go by what other people think or say, or what society, you know, thinks or says. Not that there's any specific one person that is seeking to get in your way. It's more like, don't, like, you know, kind of like go by the by your own intuition. Don't think that just because something is right for everybody else, it's right for the two of you. And I feel like your person right now is dealing with that. There's something where they feel like they, instead of looking at what is right within this relationship, what is the appropriate thing for the two of you to do or think or be, they're kind of comparing to other people, like, well, look, they're doing that, so we should do too, right? Oh, look, they're doing it this way, we're not doing it like that, maybe we should do that, like, you know. But I feel like there's something here that is very unique to the two of you. And one of the great lessons in this connection is going to be that the two of you are not like everybody else. You have a connection that is unique. You have a love that is unique. You have a situation that is unique. And so there's nothing here that says that you need to be like everybody else, right? That you need to behave the way other people behave, or you need to do things the way other couples do them. Okay, I feel like this is Spirit saying to you that it is time to step into your own uniqueness as a couple. Stop trying to live up to other people's expectations or other people's examples of what true love should be, and create your own. Be the leaders of your experience. Be the leaders of your relationship. See? Turn on your heart light. See? Allow yourself in this moment to reflect on a time when you experienced love. And look at this, you're getting so much love coming through here. True love. Turn on your heart light. This is where I feel like maybe the two of you, again, with this 9 of Wands and 10 of Swords, you're overthinking things. Okay, right now what's really going on between the two of you is that both of you may be overthinking. You're in your heads too much. You go over things in your head again and again and again, and you don't come to any useful conclusion. So I feel like Spirit is saying now is the time to stop overthinking. It is the time to turn on your heart space energy. It is the time to define within yourselves what is important to you as a couple. Forget what anybody else is doing. Forget what works for other people. You need to define what works for you. Okay, there's a sense of lack of confidence here from your person, as well as maybe from the two of you together. Maybe because you have some sort of an issue of you're not confident quite yet in this relationship. So you look to others' opinions, or you look to others' examples, or you look at people around you and you get the wrong, kind of the wrong message from those, because, you know, you may not know what's truly going on beneath the surface of those other people, right? But I feel like you both may look at other people and feel less than, almost feel like you why is it that you as a couple are not what those other people are? But just realize that people put up an image. You don't know what other people are really like. And this is why Spirit is saying it's time for the two of you to step into true leadership. It's time for the two of you to be the leaders of your own relationship. Forget everybody else, forget the world, forget what anybody else is doing. You do what is right for the two of you. It's time to drown out other people's voices and to focus on within, your voice within. What is Spirit's voice within each of your hearts telling you? See, turn on your heart light. That is Spirit's voice within each of your hearts. What is it telling you about what you want this relationship to be, how you want this love to look, how you want to experience this love and this relationship together? It is time to become the leaders, not the followers. This is what Spirit is saying. It's time to become the leaders of love. You have true love, okay? You have something extremely special, extremely unique, extremely beautiful. You guys aren't seeing it. You guys aren't valuing it. You look at others and think that they have something better than you, but they actually don't. You have the real thing here, but you're not seeing it. Okay? So Spirit wants you to stop focusing on anything that is going on in your outside world and to start focusing just on the two of you. It doesn't matter if you don't please anybody else. You don't have to. You just need to please each other first. You have what is real. So stop looking elsewhere for what is real and focus on what is real within you and trust that all will be well. Okay? You have to have faith. You have to have, sorry about that. You have to have faith. You have to have trust. I'm getting so excited here because it's like, I feel like this is like, you have something so beautiful here. You don't want to discount it. You want to value it for what you have, and you must have the trust. And again, I feel like the reason why you guys don't have the trust is because there's something of a less than. What we have is less than, or we are not good enough, or other people have better than us. You know, we feel wounded. We feel, you know, like under a microscope. You know, other people look at us and judge us, and, you know, maybe they're right. No, they're not right. Your intuition is what is right. See? They want to create a home with you. They want you to be their home. They know that you are their home. You are each other's home. See? So this to me is that Three of Cups. Again, this is a special message. Some of you, you know, may be dealing with some sort of a third party situation, or some sort of bad memories from a karmic partner from the past that might be also be poisoning this situation. But I'm not feeling it. Really depends. For some of you, this is active. This is like a person who is currently here now and interfering in some way. But for others of you, I just feel like this also represents the remnants of the past, memories of the past where you felt like you failed with other karmic partners and you felt like you couldn't create, or they felt like they couldn't create that home that they wanted. So this is where the lack of confidence comes from. I feel like both of you may have had some failed relationships in the past, and therefore you feel that you don't have that confidence to create a true home with each other. So this is why you look to other people's advice, or you look to other people that you want to emulate. But Spirit is saying, no, the power is within you. You don't need to look at other people and emulate. See, I keep getting signs that remind me of you. I can't ignore them anymore. I need to reach out to you. Okay. So your person definitely, and look at this, 2 of them came up. No one loves me like you do. I'm ready to commit to you and our beautiful future. So your person really, and you both really need an infusion of confidence in yourselves, and confidence together as a couple, that you both are perfectly capable of creating the life and the home that you want. Okay. See, you're almost there. You've got this. Wow, look at that. Love it, love it, love it. So let me know what you thought in the comment box below. If you'd like to have a personal reading with me, or order any of the oracle decks that I created, or the Blessed Twin Flame necklace. If you'd like to learn more about it, I talked more about it in the introduction. All the links are in the box below. Thank you so much for liking this video, sharing, subscribing. Please do that. I'll see you all on the next one. Okay, my beautiful group 3 who chose this crystal, let's take a look at you and them, what's really going on. So we're going to start here with who is your spirit guide and what is their message for you. We have Paul the Venetian, experiencing grace. Share your gifts with grace. Waves of inspiration and love are coming to you. Beautiful. So group 3, I love this for you. I'm feeling that you are right now in a state of grace. There's a lot of blessings coming your way from Spirit to you, okay? They want you to really start sharing your uniqueness, your gifts, your skills, everything that makes you uniquely you. They want you to start sharing that with the world. The love in your heart, your mission, your purpose, they want you to start showing up bigger in the world than you have so far. Now, I'm also feeling that this extends to your relationship with your person. Have you been diminishing yourself? This is the question I'm feeling from them asking to you. Have you been diminishing yourself in some way to fit into this person's vision of what they want? Because if you have, you need to stop that right now. I'm getting it very strongly from them. Okay, so if you feel that you are not speaking up in this relationship, if you feel that whenever something happens or whenever this person says or does something you don't like, you keep your mouth shut in order not to rock the boat, this is where your spirit is saying you need to stop that. You need to start showing up. You need to start speaking up. You cannot diminish yourself anymore just to fit in to the vision of what this person expects you to be, if that's what you've been doing. So ask yourself the question and be very honest, be very bluntly honest with yourself. Have you been diminishing your light, or have you been keeping your mouth shut in order to keep the peace with your person? What is going on? What's really going on? You and them. For our beautiful group 3. King of Swords. Not surprising. Five of Wands. See? Oh my. See? Oh my gosh. Do you see how this is confirming this? So yeah, there's definitely been a diminishing. I'm getting this very like I'm, hiding my light. I'm hiding my true feelings. King of Wands. Interesting. There's a definite, I'm hiding my true feelings. I'm hiding. because I don't want conflict. Wow. Knight of Swords. Wow. Okay. So here's the thing. I feel like what's going on right now between the two of you is that you are trying to keep the peace. Okay? You have been trying to keep the peace in this relationship. Five of Wands. There's been a lot of conflict. There's been a lot of conflict in this relationship. And what's interesting to me is that I feel like one of the reasons why this happens is because your person tends to be very rigid in some of their thoughts. They tend to be very rigid or opinionated. And it's almost like nobody can change their perspective. Once they've decided on something, once they've decided on what it is that they believe, nothing can change that. And this is going to be a recurring issue with this person. Like, I feel like Spirit is saying, like, should you decide to stay with this person, this is something that you're going to have to accept about them, because I don't think that they're going to change. Like, they may mellow a little bit over time. You know, sometimes people do, but sometimes people don't. So you got to be careful. Sometimes people mellow a little bit in these tendencies over long periods of time, but sometimes, depending on their own life experience and their mindset, sometimes they don't. Sometimes they're kind of stuck in this kind of rigid way of thinking. And that's just something that you have to manage because you love them. And it's the same thing in the sense that, you know, you may have certain aspects of your personality that your person also needs to manage, right? So I feel like Spirit is saying here that what's really going on here is that you really do need to understand that this person tends to be a little bit very opinionated. And it actually, if you have been diminishing yourself, like what I've been feeling from your spirit guide here, Paul the Venetian, I feel like that is why you've been diminishing yourself. I mean, as in, like, that is why you've been not speaking up. You're trying to downplay the points at which this person is too much to handle sometimes. Like, you try to downplay their opinions. You try to downplay their aggression, because this person can also be aggressive in their opinions. They can try to be like, you know, what I'm saying is right, what you're saying is wrong, or what the world is saying is wrong, my opinion is correct. And so I can see why in the face of this kind of energy, you might be quiet, because you don't want that Five of Wands, right? Like, you may have even tested this out, that when you do speak up, when you do try to, if you contradict this person's opinions, you get into some sort of an argument, and then you end up feeling like it wasn't worth it. So it's better to keep your mouth shut. Now, what I find very interesting here is that for some of you, I am feeling that even though you have a lot of love for this person, even though, you know, you want to, like, in your intentions, you are trying to work it out with this person, I feel for many of you, you almost feel like you don't have another option. It's almost like you've become comfortable enough with this person that you would rather deal with their issues here than to open up your heart to somebody else. And I feel like, I mean, again, it's not surprising. You know, if we feel that we know someone very, very well, we feel that, yes, we do love them, they love us, you know, we feel a sense of connection, a sense of attraction. We feel that with them. And now we've gotten to the point where we feel like we already know their dark side. Okay. You know, this person's dark side. You know, this is what it is. It's a bit of a rigidity. It's a bit of, you know, being opinionated. It's a bit of, like, you know, being very practical, logical, you know, being a little bit of a hard ass, right? But you feel like, okay, I know that that's what I'm dealing with. Now, if I were to say, well, I don't want to deal with you anymore, and I leave this person and I go looking for somebody new, now you might be, well, I don't know what that person might be, right? Like, isn't it better to deal with the person I love and I know what their issues are? So it's not a surprise, and I can somehow manage them by just kind of keeping my mouth shut or trying to, like, downplay differences of opinion. Isn't that better? I feel like you're asking yourself, isn't that better than going out there into the world, rushing into something new, Knight of Swords, right? Like, should I just rush into something new? But then I won't know if that person has other things that I don't like. And that person is just a question mark. Any new person that if I rush out of this, if I say, okay, I'm just getting beaten down by this, I can't do this anymore. And if I rush out of this and rush into something new and rush away from this person, what if the next person I meet is just as bad, or is like bad in a different way, or is like, you know, annoying in a different way, right? So that, like they say, like better the evil that you know than the one that you don't know, right? And so I feel like that's maybe something that you are secretly thinking, group 3, but you don't want to say it. And I don't blame you, because you know you're a good person. You don't want to hurt this person. You don't want to let them down. You do feel very deeply attached to them. There's a lot of love there. It's not that you don't love them, but you have certain, you know, you have these certain, you know, words going on in your mind that make you feel bad, that make you feel guilty. And I feel like what Spirit is saying here is that there may be somebody else here who is coming into your life. Look at this King of Wands energy. Somebody who is very, very different than this King of Swords energy. Right? So this doesn't have to be gender. This is energy, right? So I feel like there is somebody, you may know them already, or they may be like the friend, like a friend's friend or a colleague's friend, or like your cousin's friend's brother. Like there's somebody in your overall, it could be more distant network. It may not be somebody you already know, but it may be somebody who is like 3 times removed from you, right? Like somebody knows this person. And they are kind of on the periphery of your life. Like tomorrow you could be introduced to them. Like say you go to an event tomorrow and they happen to be there and you didn't even know them before, but somebody you know knows them. I feel like there's something here that is waiting to come in, and that is going to counter the energy of this King of Swords. And what's interesting here is that Spirit is saying, you know, you may be okay with this person. There's nothing wrong with that. And I feel like this reading is very much more about you than it is about them, group 3. This is a very unique reading. This reading is more about you than it is about your person. I feel like your person is this person. They are who they are, and you already know that. I don't see a lot of movement or change in this person. They love you, they want to be with you, but they may be difficult to handle. You know, like there's nothing terribly wrong with them. They're not a bad person, but they are stuck in their ways in many ways. And so, like I said, you're just going to have to manage them. They're kind of a very consistent, you know, kind of like very consistent energy. It's like take me or leave me, you know. There's not a lot of movement for change here. There's not a lot of like there's not a ton of growth going on here, at least not at this time, not in today's energy. They're not really that interested in growing or changing. They're comfortable with who they are. They want to be with you, but they also want you to manage, you know, who they are, because they don't feel like they need to change for you. Right? So that's why I feel like this energy or this reading is much more about you and what you want, because this person is not going to change anytime soon. They are take me as I am, take it or leave it. Now the question is, do you want to take them, or do you want to invite this energy in? Because there is another bold, more passionate energy coming through. I'm not getting a lot of passion from this person either. Not the most passionate person. So Spirit is saying, do you wish to invite this other energy? Do you wish to see what this could possibly bring into your life? Because it is there. It is possible for you to experience this other person. And this other person is going to be somebody who's much more passionate, who is more bold, who is more dynamic than this person. Okay, this person is more set in their ways. This is going to be a more dynamic person. We don't know what their more negative qualities are. You will discover those over time. But the question is, do you wish to make that change? And I feel like that's what Spirit is saying. See, let your fears dissolve, right? So if you are afraid, I feel like Spirit is saying, if the choice is yours, if you feel like if you were to meet this person, I'm not saying that you like are dating them. I'm not saying that, oh, you're going to be set up on a date or anything like that. But say you are at an event or you're at somebody's house and they happen to be there and you just casually meet them, right? I mean, there's nothing romantic there, but you just casually meet them and you feel like there's something there. I feel like Spirit is saying you may want to not be afraid of that. Okay. Oh, see, You may not want to be afraid of that because it may open up the option for a very different kind of love, a love that may feel a lot easier than this love. You know, sometimes it's not that you don't love somebody. You could love them, right? You could love them a lot, but that doesn't mean they're easy. That doesn't mean they're even easy to love, even though you do love them, right? So I feel like that's the thing. It's like you're gonna have because you have this other option, you may have a decision to make. See, the heart of the matter. There is more going on than meets the eye. Recognize what this is all about. Wow. See, I'm telling you, there is more going on than meets the eye. Okay, there is some other energy, some other person here. There's more to this than you know. And this person, like I said, they are who they are. You're going to have to decide like, okay, yeah, I love them, but they're not easy to love. And is that what I want for the rest of my life? Am I okay with that? Because they're just going to kind of be sitting there as they are. Here, you have something more there's something more here, right? What is the true heart of the matter? Do you want this? Do you truly want this? I feel like Spirit is saying, ask yourself that question, because if you're afraid of losing this King of Swords person, let your fears dissolve. Don't be afraid that you won't meet somebody else. Don't be afraid. If you don't want this person anymore, you know they're not good for you because of this Five of Wands energy, but you're too afraid to leave, Spirit is saying, let your fears dissolve. Okay? There is somebody else. There is somebody else. So don't stay with this person out of fear that, what if, I don't find somebody, or what if the other person I find is even worse than this person? At least I know what this one's all about. Don't think in that way. Be honest with yourself. Maybe it's time for you to start clearing your energy. See, you're getting free yourself. It's time to take back control of your life. Wow. Okay. So for some of you, I feel like this King of Swords may be a very heavy energy that you may need to free yourself from. Okay, but again, you're not doing it because there is a lot of love there. There may be stability there. You feel safe and secure and stable with this person. This person's not going to leave you. You're going to have to leave them. But again, I'm getting the energy. They're not going to leave you, but they're hard to deal with. Right? So the question again is going to be, what is it that you want? Is it time for you to free yourself? Should you think about that? Do you want to start purifying yourself? You want to take I feel like this is about self-care. What is this in this Five of Wands relationship? You're not practicing enough self-care. You're not caring for yourself. If you're diminishing yourself, as in you're keeping your mouth shut to not rock the boat with this person, you're not stating your true desires. You're not being yourself. You feel like you have to be somebody else to manage this person. Maybe it's time to think about you instead. Maybe it's time to start practicing some self-care. What can you do to be more loving to yourself? What can you do to be more giving to yourself instead of that other person? Do you need a time off? Like, do you need a timeout? Do you need break? Do you need to relax, rejuvenate, purify? Maybe swim like this, maybe go to a spa, maybe do get a massage, get something that relaxes you, do something to dissolve your fears and to free yourself from whatever is holding you down. Because something here, I feel like you are not fully expressing yourself in this relationship. Sorry, I got excited there, and then I'm a bad shuffler. So you're not fully expressing yourself in this relationship. That's what it is. You feel held back. And so that is why Spirit is saying, maybe it's time to move forward. Yeah, see? Oh my gosh. This is so interesting. See, this tells me that there is somebody else. There is somebody else in your, and you're getting two here. So let's take a look at this. At twilight. Wow. See, there's anxiety and doubt in this connection. Look at this. I feel like Spirit is saying you may want to separate from this person, whoever this person is. And if you're already separated, it's a good thing. Because there's somebody else that you are deeply connected to in the 5D. Look at this. There's somebody else that you have a very deep connection with. But you need to fully let go of this person. Okay, there's something here that you need to let go of. So even if you are already separated from them, free your energy, free yourself from them. There's somebody else that you are very deeply connected to. And look at this. Ease will speed it up, release anxiety and doubt. And there's something about the twilight hour that is going to be important for you as you move forward into, empowering yourself. Wow. What a powerful reading. Let me know what you thought in the comment box below. If you'd like to have a personal reading with me, order any of my oracle decks or order the Blessed Twin Flame necklace. If you'd like more information about it, I talked more about it in the intro. All of the links are in the box below. Thank you so much for liking this video, for subscribing and sharing, and I'll see you all on the next one. All right, my beautiful group 4 that chose this crystal. Let's take a look at what's really going on, you and them. And we're going to start off here with who is your spirit guide and what message do they have for you? Green Tara, supreme protection. You are protected. Cords are being cut. Move beyond limitation and trust. Okay, so this is a really beautiful message for you, group 4. I think this is really important. Have you been feeling vulnerable? Okay, my question for you is, have you been feeling vulnerable lately? Have you been feeling like you are not feeling protected? That you feel like you're about to get your heart broken, or that, you're afraid to put yourself out there because you're afraid of getting hurt. I feel like Spirit can sense that you feel vulnerable. Spirit can sense that you may be feeling unsure about yourself at this time. You may be feeling like you don't know how to protect yourself. There may be some of you who are feeling not your strongest self, and that's okay. There's always going to be times when we feel very strong, and there are going to be other times where we do feel like we need that helping hand from Spirit and from friends and from family to feel more protected, to feel more secure, and that's absolutely fine. So Spirit is sensing this in you, and Spirit wants you to know that you are protective. No matter how vulnerable you may feel at this time, you may be feeling emotionally down, you may be feeling emotionally spent, very tired, you are protected. And you need to move beyond any way in which you are limiting yourself because of your own fears. Please trust in them. They are here for you. Beautiful. All right, so let's get into your reading here. Spirit, can you please tell us for our beautiful group 4? What's really going on between you and them? Group 4. What is going on between you and them? We have the Emperor. What is going on? Okay, I'm feeling a fresh shuffle here. What is going on between you and them? We have the Knight of Wands. We have the Four of Pentacles. Interesting. What is going on? See, this Four of Pentacles, I feel like is coming from this energy right here that we are feeling here. And the Knight of Pentacles. Interesting. So we have 2 knights here. Very interesting. So I feel like right now there is definitely some sort of a power struggle that is going on here. Okay. And this is why I feel that this is why you are feeling vulnerable. Every relationship, whether it's in the honeymoon phase or whether it has moved beyond that phase, every relationship in our life is going to have certain inherent power struggles to them, right? It's the way that we work out the power struggle in a way that is not I win and you lose, or you win and I lose, but where can it be a win-win is the problem here in this situation. So I feel like what's going on right now between you and them is that you both need to figure out how can you both be in a win-win situation. Because with this Emperor's energy, I do feel that There have been power struggles or issues that have gone on where you have felt like you are the losing party, because your person tends to be very strong in this Emperor's energy. This is somebody who is probably used to being a leader in their life. Your partner, this person may be used to getting their way in life. They may be used to being in leadership positions, either at work as well as in their greater family. This is somebody that people come to for advice. This is somebody who really prides themselves on being looked up to by other people. This person could be very successful. They can be somebody who is used to getting respect, almost commands respect from others. Okay, so when their authority is tested, especially in a personal relationship, they don't manage it as well as they could or should. And this, I feel, again, is not surprising when you get people who are used to being in the Emperor's energy, people who are used to getting their way, because they have established themselves in a certain way. And so one of the great lessons that people like this learn in personal relationships is that it's not the same thing. The demands that you make as in the Emperor's energy when it comes to your career or when it comes to other things that are not personal are very different than how you operate within a loving, personal relationship that is based on love and intimacy. So I feel like this is a lesson that your person is learning at this time. They're learning how to manage this Emperor's energy so that they can leave this Emperor at work or at wherever and not bring this Emperor into the personal space between the two of you. Okay, so I mean, of course, some of it is always going to leak through because that's their personality. But I feel like what they're learning right now is how to manage and soften this more harsher energy so that every time the two of you have a confrontation about something or a discussion about something, it doesn't always feel like they are robbing your authority in order to engage their own. Okay, let me say this again. They are concerned and you are concerned that every time there is a confrontation here, they are robbing your authority in order to secure or preserve their own authority. And this is where, again, to me, it's very much about how can we make this a win-win instead of I win and you lose, And it's interesting because this is a bit of a similar energy that we were getting with group 2 or group 3. But I do feel that this is a power struggle that really does need to be resolved because I'm feeling this 4 of Pentacles very much from you. I feel like, again, this is very similar. I feel to either group 2 or group 3, but there's something here where it's like you feel that the only way to deal with some of the heavier energies of this person is to withdraw your own energy. And what I'm feeling here is that this may be playing itself out in some sort of a pattern because I feel like you have learned, or somehow this person has inadvertently, without meaning to, taught you that the only way to have them soften this energy is to withdraw. So like, say this is a recurring pattern, right? Say you disagree on something or a challenge comes up. They are very, very forceful about that, retaining their power, and you don't stand up to them because you don't feel that you can, or you kind of don't have that same Emperor's energy. You almost feel like you don't need to do that. Like you don't approach it from this vantage point. You're a different personality, a different energy. So what you do is, instead of confronting, you withdraw. You kind of like withdraw into yourself, almost like a fetal position. Like you become very, very miserly about giving this person energy, time, or attention. You just silently withdraw, and the way they respond is that gets them to come to you. Okay, so there's a pattern here of like, the only way I know how to deal with this Emperor's energy is to withdraw my energy completely, and that will draw this person out. Okay, this is where I feel like Spirit is saying, this may not be something that you want to continue on with. Like that is not a healthy pattern. That's not, if you keep reenacting that scenario, it's not going to be good for the two of you in the long term, because you don't want to play cat and mouse with this person. Okay, this is a very cat and mouse energy. And so it's what I find interesting about this is that you both are used to this. It's almost like becoming the way that you problem solve in your relationship, right? This person is too aggressive. You withdraw. They come after you. They try to make you feel comfortable again. They may say, they may whisper, sweet nothings to you. They may try to be gentle. They may try to woo you. They may try to romance you for you to come out of this very possessive Four of Pentacles energy. They may try to, soften up the energy. They may try to be more romantic. They may try to be nicer to you, but then it goes back to square one again, and you respond and you get closer to them again. But then when the next challenge comes, it's the same kind of situation. So I feel like what Spirit is saying here is that that's what's going on between the two of you, but you guys need to come back into a more grounded place. You need to figure out a different way of approaching the way you problem solve together. Okay. And what's interesting here, I feel really, we got this Knight of Wands and this Knight of Pentacles. I feel like this is the path that, it's almost like this is the path that Spirit is showing you that might help you, okay? Which would be to step down a bit from that sense of I am on a power trip, and I don't feel that comes from you. I feel like that comes from your person, that maybe it's time to step down from that energy, slow down, become more conscious, okay? Knight of Pentacles, very much about, try to slow down when these things happen. Try to become more mindful, more conscious of why this is happening. Ask the question, why are you actually withdrawing? Because I feel like that's not being talked about. Okay, that's not being discussed. The reason why you may be withdrawing is something your person doesn't want to know, because they know that it comes as a reaction of their own behavior. So to me, this is about wake up call. This is about, let's ask the right questions. Let's slow down, because oftentimes what's happening is Knight of Wands. It's like you guys both rush into this kind of repetitive behavior. You rush into this cat and mouse game, and you almost do it very, very mindlessly, okay? Knight of Wands sometimes is not the most conscious energy. It's the energy of just like rushing into a pattern of behavior. It's the energy of knee-jerk responses and cat and mouse games, right? You want to get out of that and become much more intentional. You want to slow down the energy, ask the right questions. And it's okay to do that. It's okay to ground yourself, because both of you, when you go into this tailspin, you tend to get into this energy that is not the most grounded energy. Okay, so I feel like Spirit is trying to have you give your attention to the ways in which the patterns that you both have as a couple are not serving you. It's not catastrophic, right? It's not something that's going to end the relationship, but it's going to tire you out over time. It's going to feel emotionally, mentally, and physically exhausting, and I feel like that's what Spirit is pointing to, is that this is one aspect of your relationship that you want to start focusing on in order to bring yourselves relief, because there is definitely, in terms of what's really going on between the two of you, I do feel that this pattern is exhausting you both. It's crippling the relationship without destroying it. Okay, it's like a crippling effect. So I don't sense that you're gonna that this is a relationship ending thing. It's more of it's crippling us. It's keeping us from moving forward together in a really positive way. So you want to fix it before it gets worse. Yeah, see, so whenever I get this card, to me, it can be like either religious or cultural differences or geographic distances, but I also get from this card always that it is partly also mindset issues. And again, this is the same thing. When you have the cat and mouse, right, you have a mindset difference that needs to be dealt with, right? But I feel like Spirit is very supportive of the two of you in figuring this out, because look at all of these energies are very much about it's time to shine your light. You are limitless. This can be fixed, right? You are limitless. Recognize the truth. You can do anything you choose to do. So I feel like this to me is all about limits. It's about limiting yourself. It's about like stopping yourself and limiting yourself. And so Spirit is saying you don't need to do that anymore. If you've been, responding to your person's emperor energy in this way, Spirit is saying you don't need, this is not the right answer. You don't need to recoil into this energy. You can actually be limitless, because this is a very limiting energy. So they want you to step into your true power by recognizing the truth and knowing that you can choose to do things differently. You can be assertive with this energy. You don't need to withdraw from this energy. You can assert yourself with this energy so that this person respects you, so that they see you as even more of an equal than they already see you as, right? So you can increase your sense of self-respect and the respect that you get from this person by realizing that you are limitless and that you are going to reach this destination, that the two of you can do this together. You need to trust the universe because they have your back. They are protecting you. So if you're feeling raw or unprotected or vulnerable, just know and trust the universe that they are protecting you. They are blessing you. Your light is shining brightly and you need to continue to shine it towards this person. Don't let this person's very strong personality diminish your light, because I feel that if you shine your light, they will acknowledge it. I don't think that they're trying to diminish you on purpose. I just think that is their personality. I don't think that they're trying to put you down or make you feel bad. I don't think that's their intention. I feel that they very much love you and wish to be with you and they want this to work, but you're going to have to stand your ground. You're going to have to shine your light to them. Okay, because they're not doing this on purpose. And when you do that, when you trust and you step into that stronger version of you, you will gain more of their love and respect. They're going to love and respect you more because they will see that you are limitless. Okay, so this is a good thing. Spirit is saying, this is good. You guys just need to make some tweaks here. Yeah, see, this is the thing. I feel like Spirit is saying you don't want to continue on this path. You're definitely at a crossroads. Like, you need to make the decision here that you don't want to lose your identity. Because again, I feel like with this Emperor's energy, it's easy to lose your sense of self. If you don't feel like you can meet them at that strong, like my light is shining brightly. I am strong too. I don't need to run away or diminish myself, or else I will lose my identity. I don't think this person wants you to lose your identity, and Source and Spirit definitely doesn't want you to lose your identity. So they're saying it's time to make this decision. It's time to really start trusting yourself, trusting Spirit, and stepping into your strength and self-respect. Okay, it's time. Otherwise, you don't want to feel like you're losing yourself and your opinions and your personality to this person's stronger personality. See, 9 months. So within 9 months, I feel like this is going to be fixed, but you have to be conscious about it, right? You got to work together to fix this energy. But I feel like within 9 months, you're going to resolve this. This is really good. So if you'd like to have a personal reading with me or order any of the Oracle decks that I've created or the Blessed Twin Flame Necklace, which I talked more about in the intro, you can learn more about it there. All of the links are in the box below. Thank you so much for liking, subscribing, and sharing. It means so much to me. I'll see you all on the next one.